शलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेश तारिणे। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकम् भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तिशक्तिकम्। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to today's class. Today's a special class. Today's Grandma Tales. So we are going to listen from our Mataji. Mataji is like a mother to all of us in the Bhaktisanga Japa group. And Mataji is a disciple of His Holiness Jaipatak Swami Guru Maharaj, and she's practicing Krishna consciousness from many years. Special thing about Mataji is Mataji lives in her house with 4 generations, and she's like, very good, fired up with so many things, and she has grandchildren in the house, and so she's very, very good grandma, and we wanted to hear from her today. We all feel back home like we remember our grandparents, that we I feel personally when I listen to this story, I'm with my mom. Okay, let's all meet our grandparents through Phanesvari Laxmi Mataji. Mataji, please take over.
Hare Krishna, everybody. It's so wonderful seeing you all. And as the requisite grandma needs to have a rocking chair, I have my rocking chair because you need your rocking chair. Grandma needs to sit in a rocking chair when she's telling a story, right? So here is my rocking chair. So I understand that you have been reading or listening to the story of Gopakumar. Am I right? Am I right? Is that what you guys are studying?
Yes, you're right.
That's my
okay. Okay, so help me out here a little bit. I think, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to show you my screen, but I want to do it in a, move this over, slideshow. Here we go. There. Can you see it? Can everybody see the picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So let me see if I can see you guys, because I want to be able to see you guys when I'm talking to you. It's kind of difficult sharing a story with somebody if you can't see them, right? So now is anything in the way for you? Is anything obstructing your view? No, you guys can see the picture completely. Okay, good. So actually, I would like somebody to tell me actually what's going on or what's gone on so far. Can somebody tell me? Okay, I see Bala Vrinda's got her hand up. Do I see anybody else with their hand up? Okay, Bala Vrinda, can you tell me what's been happening so far?
Yeah, so what's been happening the last few days is that Gopakumar wanted to go to the highest place, and he's still saying that, oh, I don't feel like going to this place, and people are guiding him, and he doesn't.
So who? Can you tell me who first told this story? Like who wrote the book for us?
Who wrote the Sanatana Goswami?
Sanatana Goswami. Do we know who was narrating the story to whom?
Yes, Gopakumar to this Brahmana.
Okay, Gopakumar. And who, like before?
Parikshit Mother Uttara.
Parikshit Mother Uttara. Okay, that's the beginning, right? Parikshit Mother Uttara, because she wanted to know, you listened to the Srimad Bhagavatam for these 7 days. What did you learn? But did he have 7 days to tell her? No, he didn't have 7 more days. So he had to tell her in a simple, quick story. But it's not really so simple, is it? Because it is Gopakumar and his journey to the spiritual world. Now we've seen Narada Muni went and asked so many different people. He heard that this person was the best devotee of Krishna, and this person was the best devotee of Krishna. And he went from place to place to place in the first book. The second book, Gopakumar started telling this story, narrating to Brahmana. But this is now where we are. We just finished. Gopakumar has progressed. And now he's going to the next stage. Now let's see where he goes next. Now, so what happened to Gopakumar is that he travels, backspace. Gopakumar travels throughout Goloka Vrindavana. So Goloka Vrindavana, where is, oh, did I skip one? Hold on. I must have skipped a page. Okay. I am missing a page. Hold on, you guys. 1 second. Let me see. Where is this? Okay, why is this not showing? Let's see if this shows. Can you see, guys? No, you can't see this.
I can see the slides now, Mataji.
Can you see them or you can't see them?
No, we can't see them.
Okay, so I'm trying to show my first slide and I can't seem to show my first slide. Okay, let me just go back to Zoom. See if I can escape here. No, this is not showing. Now, how come I cannot see anything at all? Okay, wait, let's see if I can.
Mataji, maybe that one slide you can directly tell it and then we
Yeah.
can on the second.
Okay, so let me just do this one slide directly and then you guys, then I'll show the next one. Okay. There. So what happens first is Krishna, Gopakumar is actually, you can see it, okay. Gopakumar is actually in Gokula Vrindavana, okay? And he travels because Narada Muni had just told him about all these special places where Krishna's pastimes took place. And so he was instructed by Narada Muni to go to these different places. And as he goes into these different places, he falls unconscious in this grove. And then what does unconscious mean? Can somebody tell me what it means falling unconscious means? Does anybody know?
Fainting, Mataji?
Yes, he faints. Who was that tells that? Was that Pranav?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Pranav, thank you, Pranav. Yes, he faints. He faints in that grove and then he feels some soft caressing on his face. A caressing means a soft, wonderful feeling of somebody caressing him. And he smells this wonderful fragrance and he's awakened by this beautiful view of Sri Krishna. And he becomes overwhelmed with ecstasy. And he tries to grab Krishna, but Krishna smiles and he runs away and hides. Now Gopakumar, as he's seeing, first he sees Krishna and then he doesn't see Krishna anymore. Do we remember where something like this happened in Chaitanya Charitamrita? Does anybody remember past time? One time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sees Krishna and then Krishna runs away and he goes running, where's my Krishna, where's my Krishna, right? So similarly, Gopakumar sees Krishna and then he loses Krishna and he falls into the Yamuna River and he feels himself gradually floating down the river. How many of you have been in a swimming pool or maybe even a river and have just floated, like did a back float down that river in that pool? Have you guys done that? How many of you guys swim? How many of you guys swim and have you guys done back floats down the river like that? Or down in the pool?
I used to. We went to a pool, but it wasn't so wavy, but we went to this place. It's like a waterfall. It's not so dangerous. It's very small. And it's like the raw water flowing this way. I climb to this way and then
I just let go and then it feels like it's floating away.
Yeah, so see what it feels like. Just imagine just floating down the river. And he's wondering what's happening. He's unconscious, so he actually doesn't know what's going on, but he's floating down the river. And then let me see if the next one will come. So I've missed one. Okay, so I see what happened. Okay, and then he flows down the river and he travels. He realizes that as he travels, he has come to, it's missing again. Okay, he travels and he comes to Goloka Vrindavana. So now he's come from Gokula, which is on earth, and he has come to now Goloka Vrindavan. Okay, hang on a second there. Hang on one more time, guys. Can't seem to find my PowerPoint. Escape this. Is this it? No, is this it? Okay, well, let's just go to the next one and I'll just talk you through the story. Grandma's gonna have to just tell the story like she remembers it. So he falls into the river and then he suddenly ends up in Goloka Vrindavan. Okay, and as he travels, and what happens as he's traveling through Goloka Vrindavan?
Mataji, I can't see this screen that you
can't see this. Okay, let me go there. Let's share. Let's see. Now, can you see? Now you can see, right?
No.
You can't see, huh?
I can't see.
Would you like to share the slides, Mataji? Maybe
Yeah, let me share this PowerPoint with you. And I don't see why I can't share. Okay, let me go back to my PowerPoint.
You can send me email also, anything that you feel.
I'm pushing share screen, and then it's showing me my screen. Okay, now do you see it?
Yes. Now it is there, Mataji. Go
Okay,
on.
okay.
Through
Okay,
my-
perfect. Okay, good. Now let's hopefully it just stays where Krishna. Please be merciful unto this grandma. She is not very computer savvy, so you got to make this work for me, okay? If all else fails, Krishna's in charge. Okay, so as he's floating down this river, he is carried away on this swift chariot that moves as quick as the mind. It moves so quickly. So basically, he thinks of it and he's there. And he travels through Vaikunta, through Ayodhya, through Dwarka, and he finally arrives in Goloka. Now, as he enters Goloka, he's wondering, who is the king of this place? He doesn't realize he's in Mathura. Then he realizes he's in Mathura. And he realizes that Kamsa is in charge. And Kamsa is again in doing all his evil deeds. And he has already had Vasudeva and Devaki arrested. Everyone becomes so afraid. Everybody is either afraid of Kamsa. People are taking shelter of Kamsa himself, who don't know any better. And some people are so afraid and so afraid. And Gopakumar is also afraid. So he says, I'm not going to be here. And he leaves to Vrindavan. Now, as he leaves to Vrindavan, he goes there and he searches. He comes to a beautiful place, a beautiful garden-like place. And he's wondering, where am I? Who are all these people? And he sees all these gopis picking flowers. Some seemed dazed. Some seemed, tears are falling from their eyes and they are searching for somebody, but they're thinking about somebody. They're picking their flowers and they're walking around almost in a trance. And now Gopamar asks him, who's the king of this place? Who is this? Where is this? Now they are so absorbed in what they're doing that they just don't answer him. How many of you have been reading a book and you're so intensely reading the book that your mom calls you, Kanna, Kanna, Chinni, Chinni? I don't know what she calls you. What does your mom call you for? Bangaru, sweetie. Or does she just call you your name, Sudevi? Or does she call you Amazing Jannavi? What does she call? Does she call you Dishita? Does she call you just say, Kanna, come, come? And you're just so absorbed in reading this wonderful Krishna book or reading some other wonderful book that you don't even hear. How many of you have been like that? Show me with a raise of hands. Yeah, we get lost in what we're doing, right? Balavranda, okay. I don't see everybody in here. That's my thing. So this is what happened to them. But what were they thinking about? They were so absorbed in meditating on doing their service for Krishna. Asia, thank you, Asia. And then your sisters are there next to you, your sister and brother, or two sisters?
My sister and my brother.
Okay, fantastic, wonderful. So, and he, they were so absorbed in that he saw this amazing village where people were singing and churning butter. And then he saw this old man, he was singing Krishna, 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 Krishna. And he asks him finally, whose village is this? And the old man says, this is the village of Nanda Maharaj. So Krishna goes and sees, so Gopakumar sees this wonderful village and he faints. And he's fainting, he's thinking, was this the material world? No, it can't be the material world. This is above all the worlds. This is an amazing place. He sees so many amazing things happening. And he wanders around searching and searching. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Because Gopakumar actually wants to see his beloved, right? Krishna is who he's looking for. He wants to see Krishna. Where is Krishna? And as he looks around, he sees so many people are also waiting for Krishna. And then what does he see? He sees the trees whose leaves are like, just like our hair stands on end. Sometimes we get goosebumps, right? And what happens? You know how your hair stands on end? If you see something really exciting, or if you see something really scary, you know how your hair stands on end, right? So that's what's happening to the leaves. Because even in Goloka, only in Goloka Vrindam, does everything have that wonderful love and devotion for Krishna. It's not there in all the trees in the material world, but in all the trees, all the rocks, all the rivers, everything in the spiritual world has only love for Krishna. And all it wishes to do is serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead with all their hearts. So the leaves, just like our hair stands on end, the leaves of the tree were standing erect. Sap forth from the trees like tears. How many know what sap is? Can somebody tell me what sap is? Does anybody know what sap from the tree is? Let me see.
A juice which comes from the tree.
Right, it's the juice that comes from this tree. And we see when they take maple syrup, that's what that is. It's the sap from the tree. And the sap was actually pouring from the tree like tears. But are they tears of happiness? Are they tears of sadness? Can anybody, what do you think? Happiness. And that
Happiness.
happiness. And the animals were also shedding tears of happiness. But the way it was almost, how many of you had started laughing when something was so funny that tears started coming from your eyes? Have anybody done that? Show me, right? You laugh, and somebody will ask you, are you laughing or are you crying? Are you happy or are you sad? And you're saying, I'm happy, but I'm just so happy. The tears are flowing from my eyes. So just like that, everybody was so happy, was in so much ecstasy that they were crying at the same time. It was almost painful and it was almost wonderful. And the only thing that I could think of was, how many of you guys have had like a mint candy? And you know, sometimes when you eat a mint candy, first you taste it, it's kind of hot, but then it's kind of cooling, isn't it? Have you found that? Sometimes it's hot and sometimes it's cooling. And it's kind of weird because you're wondering, how can somebody be hot? You may be wondering, how could they be feeling hot and cold at the same time, right? They're feeling cooling like the moon and heat like fire. And you're wondering, how can one feel hot and cold at the same time? Well, if you stick a mint candy in your mouth, you can feel the hotness and then the coolness at the same time. So see, we have experience of that ourselves in the material world. And all these, and as Gopakumar was waiting expectantly, was waiting, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And Krishna's coming down the path. But first, they hear Krishna's flute. And the flute is such a beautiful music. Such beautiful music coming that it's making them feel ecstatic, and so much ecstatic symptoms of love was pouring from their hearts in such waves and waves. Finally, they see Krishna. They're so expectantly waiting, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And they see Krishna. And what does Krishna look like when they see him? He's wearing a beautiful forest dress. He has a garland of kadamba flowers and a peacock feather crown. His fragrance was all pervading, and his beautiful face expanded with a wonderful smile. Can I see a smile on everybody's faces? Come on, smile, people, smile. When we have a smile on our face, it not only brightens our face, but it brightens everybody else's face. And it makes us happy. So, and just imagine, ours is just a kind of a little smile because we're just part and parcel of Krishna. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If just by our smiling, one person becomes happy, or maybe two people might become happy. By Krishna's smile, the whole entire world becomes happy, right? And so everybody became happy. His eyes glanced around mercifully of everybody. His hands pulled his hair aside, and his feet were walking on the ground so gracefully. The sky was just illuminated by the brilliant smile and the brilliant effulgence coming from Krishna's body. And everything was shining like a rainbow in the sky. And you know, just looking at his face, everybody's heart was captured. It was literally, they were breathless. They were breathless with its beauty. Sometimes with his beauty, sometimes we may see something in the material world, like a beautiful waterfall or a beautiful rainbow. And we think, oh my God, that's just so fantastic. Amma, look at that. You'll say your brother, your mother, your father, Amma, Appa, look at that. Look at that beautiful rainbow. Isn't that beautiful? Or look at that beautiful peacock. Just imagine, Krishna is 100,000 times more beautiful than that. So everybody was so attractive. And following the cowherd boys were the cows, the bulls, and the calves. And they all came following Krishna, and they were also crying. Their eyes were drenched with tears of love, and they began licking Krishna. And Krishna so gently began to pat them. How many of you have been to a petting zoo? Have been a petting zoo in the zoo, and you know how you can, or even if we've been to the cow sanctuary where the cows are and have petted the cows, right? And the birds were flying all over the sky as they were watching the beautiful view of Krishna. And even those immovable things like the flowing Yamuna River, everything suddenly seemed to become still, almost seeming to be dead, but just so much in a trance that they were not moving. Such a wonderful feeling everybody was getting. And then everybody's wondering what to do, because what happened is, go backwards. what happened? Suddenly, seeing all this, and then, Gopakumar, first of all, he first runs forward and Krishna and looks at Krishna, seeing all this beautiful view of Krishna. Gopakumar again faints again. Because he's so overwhelmed by emotion. So one may wonder, why does he keep fainting? I've never fainted, but sometimes what happens is when you're so excited and your heart beats so fast and you start breathing so much, you sometimes can hyperventilate. And so that's what we can feel. So that's similar to what happened to Gopal. But of course, his was more of a sign of ecstasy. But again, we can have some experience in the material world of something like that happen. Many people have fainted when they hyperventilate, when they breathe too fast. But Gopakumar's was all of ecstasy. So Gopakumar falls and starts to faint. And what does Krishna do? He runs to Gopakumar and picks him up underneath, putting his hand underneath his head and picks him up. And then he gently strokes him, and as he does, Gopakumar wakes up and he realizes, oh, how much Krishna must love me, that he will hold me, he will come and rescue me as I faint to the ground. And he especially seems to love me most of all. And that's the point. Krishna, although there are so many living entities, every single solitary one of them is special to Krishna. His heart is so immense that he has a special part of his heart just for you. Each one of us has a special part of their heart, just like your moms and dads loves each and every one of you the same. So just like that, Krishna has place in his heart for every single solitary living entity. And that is what Krishna was feeling. And he was just completely overwhelmed with his love. And amazingly enough, the Lord also so much overcome by the love of Gopakumar that he was feeling, and the Gopakumar was feeling for him, that he also fell to the ground unconscious. And everybody's wondering, oh my goodness, what happened to Krishna? Oh my goodness, the birds started crying, the cows started crying, the black deer that followed them started crying. What has happened? What has happened? Krishna has fainted. Krishna has fainted. And then Balaram, who was actually following them, he also comes forward. First of all, he's a little bit worried, but just a little bit worried. That's also part of the Leela, because he has to show a little bit of awareness. But then he realizes that, this is because Krishna and Gopakumar have met. The love is poured forth from both of their hearts. They become overwhelmed with ecstasy. So he has a little bit of a tear. He's just crying just a little because he's a little bit afraid. But this is nothing. So what does he say? He is Balaram to the rescue. He's the most expert person. He is Krishna's older brother. He knows exactly what to do. So he takes Gopakumar and he has him take Krishna, put his hand underneath Krishna's head, and take him, Sri Balaram, taking Gopakumar's hand in his hand. He shows him to do this and wipe away Krishna's tears and pick him up. Wipe away Krishna's tears and pick him up. And holds him close. And Krishna, feeling the love and the tender caresses of Gopakumar, he opens his eyes. And then he looks up and sees Gopakumar, gives him a hug and a kiss. And then he looks around and sees, oh my goodness, everybody must have been so worried about me. But he says, I'm fine, I'm fine. He greets everybody. He offers his respect to all of the elders. He hugs all his friends. And then he leaves back to the village. Now, the animals in the forest, now they can't enter the village, right? They live in the forest. So they are a little bit sad that they cannot stay with Krishna. And so they cry a little bit, standing outside the village. And as they watch Krishna walk into the village. Now, Krishna takes Gopakumar by his hand and takes him into the house of Nanda Maharaj. Now, Gopakumar, his name in his original position, his Siddha Swarupa, is Sarupa. And so from now on, everybody calls him as Sarupa, right? And so Mother Yashoda affectionately welcomes Gopakumar because she sees how much pleasure he gives Krishna and how much Krishna loves him. So then she welcomes Gopakumar into the house. And then what happens? All the gopis come and they bathe him. Now Krishna has come and he's got all that dhuli, right? All the dust from the cows is all, although it's very beautiful looking, seeing his face with the decorated with the dust of the cows, everybody thinks it's wonderful, but he must be so tired after so much work, right? He's out in the forest. How many of you guys been to the beach or been to a park or been to the woods and you've been running around and you're having so much fun and you're playing and you're excited? And then when you get home, you realize how really tired you are. Yes, Jahnavi, where did you go, Jahnavi, that you felt tired? When you got home?
Probably inside the Sangha.
Ah, okay, inside the Sangha, running around having fun. And then you get home and you think, oh, I'm tired now. Oh my God, I just need to rest. Well, this is what Krishna was feeling. And so the gopis so lovingly went and brought some Yamuna water for him in these wonderful pots, because Nanda Maharaj he's the king of that village, so he has wonderfully nice, beautifully decorated pots, and they decorate him and they wash him with this cool Yamuna water. He's probably all sweaty and hot and tired, and they feed him with nice butter beans. So Mother Yasoda's not there yet. So after they bathe him and they decorate him with nice ornaments and jewels and put on his earrings and his pearl necklace and his bangles, putting everything on him, just like his. And they bring jewels from their own homes to decorate him. And as they decorate him, then they feed him in between a little bit of butter. But they don't want Mother Yashoda to know, because she'll say, he won't eat his dinner and he'll get indigestion if you feed him all this butter, right? Just like your mom tells you, no, you can't have that candy before dinner, otherwise you won't eat properly. Just like this, Mother Yashoda saying, no, no, no. But they just want to give him all this. And so they give him a little bit of butter, apply chandanam to his face, to his lips, so that he becomes all nice and cool and comfortable. And then what happens is Nanda Maharaj asked Krishna and Balaram to come and sit next to him so that he could feed them both. And the meal that was prepared by Srimati Radharani was so wonderful that what did it say? Let's read a little bit. The meal was wonderful, exhibiting all good qualities of fragrance, color, taste, etc. Krishna devoured everything enthusiastically. At first, let's see what he was eating. Now remember, it says it looked, it smelled, and it tasted good. So when we're making prasadam or naivedya, when we're doing an offering for the Lord, we want to also make sure that we make it look nice, that it smell nice, and then it needs to taste nice. Because what is the first thing that we get? You're far away. Krishna's far away, and he's coming back from herding the cows. He's coming into the kitchen, and you're cooking something wonderful. The first thing is that it comes for the cooking is the fragrance, right? And he smells something wonderful. He said, "Ooh, that smells good." And then he comes in and he looks. And he said, "Oh my God, that looks good." And then he wants to taste it, right? So in order to attract Krishna, we first want to make it smell good and then look good. And then Krishna will say, I want to eat this. Krishna will eat our offering, right? And what did he eat? At the beginning, he took wonderful warm sweet rice with ghee and sugar, with jalebis, cakes, pies, and breads. Then white, warm, fragrant rice and fried dahi balls. Ooh, I'm getting hungry too. Dahi cakes, spinach, soups, vegetables, then sweet and sour milk products and spicy things. Ooh, I like spicy things too, but not too spicy. Otherwise, I'll start crying. Then Srikhand and salty lassi, which he fed to Sarupa. See, not only did Krishna eat, and not only did the Maharaj feel Krishna and Balaram, but Krishna was actually feeding Sarupa. So that's the wonderful thing. He was feeding him also. Cooling. So after the spicy, he had the cooling, right? Then the gopis brought cooked things from their own houses and Krishna took them. Finally, Srimati Radharani brought some Manohara laddus. Krishna took a taste of one and made a terrible face as if it tasted like neem. What does neem taste like? Anybody know what neem tastes like? Does anybody know what Karela tastes like? It's bitter, huh? You think, very bitter. So that's what neem tastes like, very bitter. It's actually good for you, but it's very bitter. And he went, ugh. And Balaram smiled. And Radha's friends were like, oh my God, didn't he like it? And Chandravali and her friends were actually happy because they're on the other team, right? And then Krishna threw them onto Sarupa's plate. Ooh. But then he kind of looked at Radharani and he kind of let her know, they're actually good. He didn't let anybody else see, but he said, no, they're good. But why did he say that? Why did he say that and taste it and give it to Sarupa? What do you think? Why did he say that and give it to Sarupa? Can anybody take a guess? Do you think it's because Sarupa wanted his remnants? And so knowing Sarupa's heart, he gave Krishna, tasted and gave it to him? I think that's what it was. And Sarupa understood that it was his pastime. And Krishna even chewed some pan and gave it to Sarupa. And Mother Yasoda, and he thought, Sarupa found, oh my gosh. Sarupa tasted those laddus and he said, they were wonderful laddus. They weren't bitter at all. So then he understood, just for me. Krishna had tasted the laddu and gave it to me and pretended like it was bitter, but it was not. And then Mother Yashoda rubbed Krishna's tummy and said, I hope it to help him digest it. Sometimes moms do that. And then Mother Yasoda took Krishna and sent him to bed. Now, as Krishna's bed was wonderfully filled with big, wonderful pillows, it almost looked like a cot, a white milk. Milk is frothing on when you, how do you say froth milk? When you bubble up milk, when you're mixing it a lot and it kind of bubbles up, right? It was like that. It looked like milk. It was so white. And it was so wonderful, like clouds. It felt like he was sleeping on clouds. And it was so beautiful. And all of it was bedecked with wonderful priceless gems and pearls. And it was the most beautiful of all the rooms. Now, again, the next day, Krishna takes the cows to the village, takes the cows out to pasture. Now, as he's taking out to pasture, Mother Yasoda does not want him to leave. So what does she do? Already Krishna's face is already sweaty with perspiration. And so she runs and follows him and she cleans she wipes off the sweat of his body. She follows him to the edge of the village and Krishna tells her, go back, go back. So she turns back, but then she comes back again. And she comes back and then she gives him some pan, some betel leaves. And then she goes back to the house, but then she turns back again. And she says, wait. And she gives him some sweets and she gives him some fruit and something sweetie. She just doesn't want to let him go, does she? How many times have you had guests come to your house, like your best friend comes to your house and he says, okay, I'm going to go now. And then he starts to go, but then he said, oh, wait, I got to tell you something. And he comes back. And then he leaves again. He's like, I got to go. And they say, wait, I got to tell you something. How many times have you done that? Your friends come back 2 or 3 times. I've done that quite a few times. Yes, a lot of times. I have done that. So, but this was Mother Yasoda's feeling this. She didn't want him to go. So then finally, what does she say? She says, okay. She tells Balaram, you have to stay here. She says all these prayers to protect him. And she tells all of them, you need to be careful. where Krishna is going. You need to follow him. So he tells Balaram, you stay in front. He tells Sridhama, you stay in the back. And Sarupa, you stay in the back. And then he said, so Subala, you need to stay on the left side of it. Amsu, you have to stay on the right side. So going back so many times, okay, remember what I told you. You have to stay here, okay? Don't go anywhere else. I don't want you to go away from him. Be careful. You got to keep an eye on him. Okay, Krishna has a tendency of wandering. So you got to keep an eye on him. So she's giving them really minute instructions. And then finally she embraces Krishna with both her arms, hugs him, and with a pained expression leaves and turns back to the village. Now, seeing his wife's concern, Nanda Maharaj also is a little bit disturbed. So he follows Krishna with his ministers for a little while. And he saw very many auspicious omens. So he saw many things that were auspicious. And because he saw things were very auspicious, he embraced Krishna and Balaram, smiled their heads, shed their tears, okay? And then Krishna reminded Nanda Maharaj, Baba, you need to go home. There's so many things you have to do. And although he was very hesitant, Baba was very, Nanda Maharaj was very hesitant because he didn't want to go. He wanted to be with Krishna too. He decided, okay, I need to go. And he leaves and goes back and returns to his duties. And then he instructs messengers to go and see where Krishna is in between periodically and to come back and tell the village where he is. So that by this time, all of the inhabitants of Raj are still feeling separation, at least have a little bit of understanding of where Krishna is and what is he doing. And in some ways they're feeling, okay, we're okay, Krishna will come home. But all their minds are constantly thinking about Krishna. And Sarupa finally tells the Brahmanas, remember Sarupa's narrating the story to the Brahmana, and he said that only someone with infinite capacity could even explain these descriptions. And I'm doing such a small job. Even though I'm a grandma, I'm very old, and I know a lot of things, even I can't explain to what extent the inhabitants of Gokula, of Goloka Vrindavan, were feeling the ecstasy and the despair of the separation. And he again tells him that only when you can see this wonderful pastimes, only if you have infinite love for Krishna can you actually feel and see these wonderful pastimes of Krishna as he returns to the forest and continuously plays with his cowherd friends. And he, forgetting his separation, because Krishna feels a little bit of separation from us also. So he may for a minute become immersed with those, all of his pure devotees. But even those of us who haven't become pure devotees, who are still trying to become pure devotees, Krishna never forgets us. Remember, we have a piece of his heart. So he is still thinking of us. So every time we think of Krishna, that is confirmation that he is thinking of us. So as we meditate on these pastimes of Gopakumar, as we meditate on Krishna's wonderful pastimes in Goloka Vrindavana, and also in Gokula Vrindavana, let's try to remember Krishna as much as possible, whenever we can. When we see the moon and its coolness, we feel its coolness, let's think of Krishna. When we see the rainbows, let's think of Krishna. When we taste a wonderful sweet ball, let's think of Krishna. Even when we eat something bitter, we can think of Krishna because we can remember the pastime of Krishna making his face after eating the laddu like it's a bitter neem, and remembering how he looks at Radharani and says, actually, so she knows, and gives it to Gopakumar, and he tastes it and he thinks this is wonderful. So every time something happens, let's try to remember Krishna. Because every time we remember Krishna, then we know that he remembers us. Hare Krishna, everybody. I think that's the end of my slides. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the story. Of course you enjoyed the story. I hope I did justice to it. And I hope you will continue relishing the pastimes of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cowherd boy who has a special place in his heart for each and every one of us. Hare Krishna. Panchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, what a wonderful class,
Wonderful
Mataji.
class.
We enjoyed a lot, and your descriptions were so nice. We could see the pastime in front of our eyes. And children, if you want to talk anything, ask anything, please go ahead. One by one, you can raise your hands and go like that.
Mommy, can I say?
Yes.
Hare Krishna Phanesvari Laxmi Devi. This is Bhaktisanga.
Hare Krishna Balavrinda.
So I really liked your class, and I like how you were saying the stories, so the materials things like see if hot and cold they can do it the same way in Goloka Vrindavan. And in material world we can also do the same thing because in the mint candy first you feel hot and then cold. So we're also expressing that. So I really like that point, and thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Balavrinda. Thank you, Ma. Hare Krishna.
Is there anybody who would like to talk? Please go ahead. Raise your hands and we can unmute or you can go. Nobody wants to talk?
Huh? Did grandma scare everybody? I hope not.
Grandma did
Okay,
it.
let's all take
The same grandma did it last time. She did it last time, and she was in a rocking chair.
Yeah, yes.
The same rocking chair.
Next time we have
Same
to do
right.
something with your mother-in-law, Mataji. Maybe she can sing something or
Okay.
yeah.
That's great grandma.
Yeah, that's grandma. We would love to see her and we would like to hear from her.
How about her mother?
Yeah, get everybody.
Okay.
So it will be so nice to see whole family together. Yeah, we all can say thank you to Mataji. Will you all unmute at least? Can you all unmute? Yes, let's all say thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
You welcome.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you too.
Mataji.
You welcome. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Mataji ki jai.
All glories to Guru and Gauranga.
Jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So now we have an activity, as I already told. We posted in
By
the group.
Vinita, Gandharvika, Dasi.
Yeah, posted in the group. We are making T-shirt. I'll be showing the sample one. T-shirt making is not like you have to make by your own. I have a instructions here. You can leave the call. No charge. Leave the call.
I made this t-shirt.
Yeah, those T-shirts actually Vrinda only made by herself. Just I'm going to show you the sample ones. How to make it.
Yeah, so this
Can you
all
be
three
quiet?
ones I made.
Yeah. We just write Bhaktisanga Kids Academy Summer Camp, the year, and then you draw any picture that you like. It's up to you.
Yeah, you have to write connect to us and stay happy.
Yeah, you can just add a caption. Connect to us, stay happy, or whatever captions Krishna
Yeah,
conscious
and also, and you can draw some flowers next to it. And whoever made the shirt and whoever's there on Friday can wear the shirt because it's the last day of school.
Okay, Brinda will be quite festive. Okay, let's start the check. So, how many of you have that plain T-shirts and paint?
I have a light green plain t-shirt.
Okay, very good. You have paint. Last time we brought the paint for the doll making, right? It's the same colors.
Yes.
No problem. Whatever colors you have at home. We brought the paint also last time for making the doll, like Radharani doll. We painted and Krishna doll. You can use the same paint. And we have a sample how to make Krishna drawing. I have a steps here. Or a flute, you can draw a flute, or you can draw a flute and pot, peacock feather, anything simple that you can, as soon as you remember that picture, you can, as soon as you see that picture, you can remember Krishna. So this is Krishna conscious t-shirt, right? I don't know how many of you are making, but I can give you some.
Mataji, do we start now?
Yes, you all can start. What do you write? Here is the spelling. If somebody don't know the spell, how to spell, see Bhaktisanga Kids Academy Summer Camp 2022. Connect to us and stay happy. This is the caption that I have given. You can give any caption, Krishna conscious captions that you like. Chant and be happy or something like that. You can
Chant and be happy. Serve Krishna and be happy.
Yeah. Anything that you want to write, you can write. First, write with a pen or a pencil and then darken it.
Darken it, not dark.
Janavi, first write with the pencil, okay? If you cannot see with the pencil, write with the pen, but very light. Then with the paint, you can make it dark. Ojasvi, if you are writing, it's the same thing. Don't write first only dark. Again, your t-shirt is going to get spoiled. So it's going to be a very good memory for all of us when we go back and we can see that, oh, where, you know, in 2022, we had attended this summer camp. It will be very nice. You can see this Krishna picture. Whoever is drawing, you can see the steps for Krishna and you can draw either a flute or a Krishna's face or a pot also.
Mataji, can you do the other slide so I can see how to say Bhaktisanga?
Yeah, sure. Janavi, go ahead.
Mataji, what can we write? Bhaktisanga Summer Camp?
Here it is. See on the slide, Bhaktisanga Kids Academy Summer Camp 2022.
Okay.
Mataji, what size brush should we have?
Don't cut it short.
Mataji, can you go back to the picture where it has like the letters?
What letters, Ramchandra?
Like, so we can see what to write and like that.
Okay, it is here on the first slide only. Bhaktisanga Kids Academy Summer Camp 2022.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
So Mataji, we can draw any picture of what we learned in the camp.
Anything, even not only in the camp, if you have any simple Krishna drawing, flute drawing, anything that you have to. We have learned so many, right? Padmasaki Mataji has taught us, and many teachers taught you drawing in the whole, 1 year of learning of Govinda classes. Anything
Yeah.
you feel easy.
Okay.
Even Jagannath, if you feel that is very easy, just draw a circle and put the eyes and nose. It's very simple.
Can I draw Tulsi?
Yeah, you can draw whatever you like.
Mommy, can I sing Hare Krishna Maha Mantra?
Yeah, you can sing while there.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, we can sing. Janavi, do you want to sing?
Wait. Janavi is drawing. Wait, let me talk, okay?
So Devi,
Do you want me to go to the next slide to draw a Krishna, or can I wait there to see the spelling? What all kids are doing?
because they're not replying.
I'm writing, Mataji. I'm still writing.
Okay.
I'm drawing, Mataji, but I'm drawing on myself.
Balavan.
Anybody else want to sing?
Can Balavan
Okay, continue singing.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Huh? Okay. So I have to sing another tune.
Mataji, I finished.
She's asking that she's finished. So do you want to go to the other slide, Samskriti?
No, I finished writing and drawing.
Writing and drawing, wow.
Oh,
Can you show that?
and
Yeah,
painting.
it's not that good, Mataji. Can you see it?
Wait, I'm seeing. 1 second. Can you spotlight her, Vrinda?
She did it so fast.
Yeah, because she did with a pen. She did not have the color. She's moving, right? She is moved in the new place. Can you stop sharing?
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. Some kids to just wait for a second because I'm spotlighting you and I don't know how to spotlight you. Yeah, I spotlight you.
No, speaker view put.
So I'm just gonna yeah. You
Wow,
did it so
wonderful.
beautiful.
Wonderful. Can you post this is on the group?
Sure, Mataji.
And is that a permanent marker or the regular marker that you have used?
It's a permanent one, Mataji.
It's a permanent
She did
one.
the same one.
Oh, very beautiful. Please post it on the group, Samskriti. Thank you so much. And on
Okay.
Friday, we can all wear these shirts.
Yeah, you can wear it on Friday. We're gonna have a fun day.
Friday, we'll try a movie time.
Yeah, we're doing a movie. We're doing a movie and
Moral story.
yeah, moral stories. Fun
On
moral-
Sunday?
Huh?
On Sunday or Saturday?
Friday. Sunday.
Oh.
Saturday.
It is 1 o'clock EST. In the afternoon.
Okay.
Are you EST?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay. Samskriti, did you want to sing?
And I can't really sing, Power. Now you sing.
It's okay, Samskriti. I've been singing a long time. You can sing. Or Ojasvi can sing. Ojasvi, do you want to sing?
Yeah, sure. So, like, do I need to like do the instrument, or just can I like
You
just
can do
sing?
an instrument if you want. It's not any choice. It's your choice.
Okay, I'll just do it without an instrument. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Ojasvi. Thank you so much. Wonderful singing. Yes.
Sudevi.
One second. So, are you all done writing the name? Are you started drawing, or are you still writing?
I'm still writing.
Very nice. Take your time. No worries. I've already posted in the group also. In all the WhatsApp groups, I've posted this same PPT that I'm projecting. I've posted so you can follow that. Just writing the name is important, and the rest of the thing, it's up to you what you're going to draw. You can draw as simple as it. Like a flute is a very easy to draw, right? It doesn't take you much time just to draw 2 lines.
Can I write anything?
What is that?
Can I write anything?
Can you? What is that?
Can I write anything?
But then you have to write our academy name, right? Bhaktisanga Kids Academy.
Yes, Mataji, like, can I write like I love Bhaktisanga?
Yeah, sure. Of course, you can write that.
Mataji, can I show what I've got so far?
Yeah, of course. Please, Ramchandra. Okay, replace this spotlight. 1 second. I'm just removing. Wow, very nice. Continue. It's coming very professional, Ramchandra.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah,
Continue
he's taking
writing.
his time.
Yeah, you're taking a lot of time. Very nice.
Yeah.
Actually, what Shet you are seeing, it's all Vrinda only has written. She only sat and she wrote it. She did not allow me to use She was saying, I will try, I will try. Then I left to her only.
Yeah, Janvi is doing very nice. Janvi, do you want to sing? Janvi,
Let her concentrate when she's trying.
amazing Janvi.
Lavanda, I'm painting right now.
Yeah, please continue painting. No worries. It takes little time, but then it's very, very good. You'll have your
Oh, sure.
Bhaktisanga t-shirt. I'll read one small story and until you finish writing. Buddha and the teacher. Many years ago, in a small kingdom in Nepal, North India, there lived a king called.
Mataji,
Hmm,
I have a book and it has this story. It's
Yeah,
Veda's
this is
Veda's
Veda's
story.
story by
You
Anand.
know that,
I know
correct?
you have it. You have it. I know you have that. It's by Gorang. I think this is Gorang Darshan's Prabhu.
okay. One night, his wife, Queen Maya, had an amazing dream. She dreamed that she was carried away by angels to a golden house high in the
Yarvi
mountains.
didn't mute herself.
High in the mountains. There she saw she was bathed and laid on the silken bed where a white elephant with a six tusks. Wow, oh my God. And holding a lotus in its trunk came to her. As it touched her right side, what happened after it touched the right side? The lotus flower and the baby entered her womb. Queen Maya whooped and excitedly told her husband about the dream. The king called his wisest minister to explain the meaning of this dream. They said it foretold that a great person would soon be born. Either he will become a saintly king or a religious teacher. And just as they said, baby was born for a queen's right side, a baby who could stand up and speak just after being born. The Brahmana priests who were consulted after the birth noticed 32 special marks on baby's body. His ears were long, and in the lines of his feet, they saw 8 spoken wheels. They confirmed that according to the tradition, these are very signs, were signs of a great person. Parents made the child Sid- Parents named the child Siddhartha, which means he who brings goodness. From birth, Siddhartha was a kind and gentle. He avoided playing rough games with other boys and spent much of his childhood alone talking to his pet. Even while deer would eat from his hands, the king protected him from outside the wall, ensuring that Siddhartha grew up happily in playing grounds and never experienced any life miseries. Wow, very nice, right? What happened? It wasn't until the Siddhartha was 29 that he left the palace ground for first time. As he passed along the road on his chariot, he saw a bent and wrinkling man holding with a stick. The prince felt stunned. Then he spit on a veranda. A man laying in the bed and groaning in agony. Siddhartha felt pain in his heart as never before, but he saw a cross brown on a stretchers and surrounded by weeping people. He became almost mad with the curiosity. A monk was also passing by Siddhartha's eagerly approached him and pleaded of for an explanation. When what I have seen, why do such things happening? The holy man told the prince that he had just witnessed old age, disease, and death. He explained that everyone born in this world need these three things at some time in their life. Siddhartha decided that he must find a solution to this problem. So when he returned to palace, he resolved to become a hermit. Without a word to anyone, he left for a forest where he practiced severe austerity. He fasted from eating for a long period of time. However, what happened? It's a big story. Oh my God. However, Siddhartha's mind was still troubled. He eventually felt that starving his body wasn't the way to find the answers he wanted. He gave up his austerities, being careful to eat. Being careful to eat just the right amount, neither too much nor too little. One day, while sitting in silent meditation beneath the tree, he attained the peace of mind and answers of which he had sought for long. From then on, he is known as Buddha, the awakened one. Out of humility, Buddha felt unqualified. What happened?
We love you from yay, like all the heart to yay. But for this one, I don't know what to do. I don't want to do like we love you from yay.
What happened, Janavi?
Oh, the bottom should do a huge deal. Oh.
You're talking to your sister. Okay. Out of humility, Buddha felt unqualified to teach this understanding to others. But then his vision, the creator, Lord Brahma, requested him to share his knowledge with others. So Buddha went out among us, the people. He taught them that all sufferings come from the desires. If we want to get free from sufferings, we have to become free from selfish desires. He taught ahimsa principles of avoiding harm to others. We must love and respect all living creatures. Instructed in this way, develop wisdom and kindness. Buddha gathered many disciples and his fame as a spiritual leader spread far and wide. He instructed his followers not to eat meat. In this way, he prevented the killing innocent animals throughout the India and beyond. Yes. Done. The story is done. I just wanted to read a small story instead of just sitting like that. Okay, you all can do the rest of the work at home. It's 5 o'clock. Can we close the call? Ramachandra, Janavi, whoever is doing, is that okay?
No.
Yes, Mataji.
Doing it? Sushita, are you doing? Are you writing something?
Show it, Tushita.
I'm doing it.
And Isha is doing, I know. She's doing something. Okay. Whoever is doing it, finish it. Ramachandra, until where you're done? Okay, Ramachandra is on mute. Janavi, do you want to show until where you are done? Just put the nearby your camera. Be careful.
Yes,
Do not mess up.
this is mine. Far.
Wow, very nice. Super. Super, Janavi.
Oh, that's a sleeveless one. Did you tell me?
Yeah, I was asking until where did you finish? Is that your t-shirt, Janavi, or your brother's?
My t-shirt, Mataji.
Oh, it looks very tiny, Janavi. Okay, very pretty.
It's 8 to 10.
Oh, okay, very good. Okay, Ramchandra, would you like to show until where you are done?
Mine just
Yeah,
said,
sure, Mataji.
mine just said it to
Wait a second.
Isha, you want to show yours too?
Wow! Wait, what? Wait, what?
Show me, Isha.
1 minute, Mataji. I have to remove the blur.
I'm done too. Me too.
Show it, Isha. She did a striped one.
Hey, look at that. You wrote with a pen. You all wrote with a pen. Very nice.
Kashi, come.
Oh, they did
Wow.
it.
You just put it on your, you wear the t-shirt and take a picture, okay? It looks very good. You can take a picture without, first you can take like this and then you wear it and send it. It will be.
Okay, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Isha. Thank you.
Isha, Vikram, and Kaus.
See mines.
Yes, Ravachandra, super.
He's
Yo.
still there.
Yeah, you're working very hard and it's coming so professional.
He's doing it.
No paint.
You're doing it with a paint?
Yeah, paint. It's coming
Yeah.
so neat, right? Coming like a professional.
Using paint.
It looks like a marker.
Yeah, because he's doing very
A
professional.
fat marker.
Wow.
Wow, Sudevi, you did it so thin.
Super, Sudevi.
Sudevi.
Wonderful.
You're
You draw Krishna? Wow, you're going to color it. Okay, very
Oh,
nice.
wow, that Krishna's so beautiful. You always draw so good.
Please send the picture, Sudevi.
Sure, Mataji.
Okay. Isha, Ramachandra, Janvi, Ojasvi, whoever is doing, please send the picture. Okay, it makes happy to teacher and all the children who is seeing it. They'll feel so happy. They also feel like they will make their own t-shirts. Okay, we'll close the call here for today. Vancha kalpatarobhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patanam Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All little kids ki jai. Bye.
Phanesvari Mataji ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, bye.